But
yeah, I guess the most like conspiratorial thing about this is the fact that reps say like shadow banning doesn't exist.
And then they'll say, don't do this.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Broken Famous, the #1 podcast by influencers for influencers. I'm your host, Small Town Hollywood.
And I'm Bryce, ProtoJ.
Bryce, what are we getting into today?
Just thinking, I don't know why. I was like, I almost forgot my name because isn't it is it by influencers for influencers or for influencers by influencers?
Does it matter?
It does to me.
It's our motto. #1 podcast by influencers for influencers. No, it's for influencers by influencers.
Yeah. I don't know which way you said it now. Anyways.
That's it. We're probably going to... This is our last...
We're not redoing it.
So welcome to our last episode. We gave podcasts a try and we decided...
Episode number 5, calling it quits.
Our last
just
podcast.
can't come back from the last episode. It was just unbearable to watch. Zero content in it. Not beneficial at all to the listener. But guys, if you're watching or if you're listening, go subscribe to the YouTube, like this video, all the things. Gotta start doing the CTAs in these videos.
We need more followers on Instagram. So
on literally everything. We're begging you.
Yeah, I'm in charge of Instagram. So also, guys, I feel like if you want to talk to us, we're free enough on Instagram. We have a small enough following where we will see your DM.
I feel like that too. In fact, I can guarantee that.
If you
DM us, we will hit you back. So if you have any questions about anything we're talking about, or if you guys want advice, or honestly, if you're an influencer and you want to hop on a Zoom call and you want to like brainstorm ideas to like grow your business, grow your platforms, like we're here for it. So I know we have like less than 100 followers on all of our platforms, but we both have experience growing platforms to like hundreds to millions of followers, hundreds of thousands to millions of followers. So
yeah.
We're offering this now because we have the time and we just want to network and, get involved with more influencers. So, yeah, hit us up, guys.
If you're watching this right now on short form content, shorts, I don't know, Instagram, Reels, anything, hit us up. DM us right now. Hit that follow button. I think it'd be right here, maybe.
Somewhere. Probably not
Click
there.
That. But yeah, people pay a lot of money for this kind of advice, man. Like, there's like consultants that make so much money from all this. I was talking to one of my buddies and he's like, you're offering information that labels, like record labels, pay thousands of dollars to obtain.
Right.
And we're offering it for free.
Yeah. So, I used to be paid top dollar at my previous job to do some consultation.
For real.
Label execs somehow were listening to a kid that knew about TikTok. So,
dude, and I mean, you've literally made TikToks go super crazy fucking viral. I mean, freaking viral.
We've got experience. And so we're here to help. If you guys want help, just hit us up. Anyways, what's our topic for the day, Mr.
Today
Town,
we are talking
Smallwood?
about shadow banning.
Ooh.
So, I mean, if you've noticed a lack of engagement on TikTok or Instagram or, I don't know, YouTube, you could be experiencing something called a shadow ban. The infamous shadow ban can be the culprit behind a lack of likes, comments, and views, stunting growth and negatively impacting your channel / your TikTok or whatever. But what actually causes a shadow ban?
Yo, before we get into this, I just want to preface, we did a little bit of research, so we want this to be somewhat like factual and analytical, like based on what we know, but this is also going to be a little bit like conspiratorial.
There are bits.
Yeah,
there's the objective side of like, if you do this, like if you're racist on TikTok, they're probably going to shadow ban you.
Objectively, like you're going to get banned, but we kind of want to approach both sides from, the objective standpoint and then just from our personal experience to like a little bit more conspiratorial.
Yeah, which I'm excited for that side.
What is shadow banning? The Google definition is block, in parentheses, a user from a social media site or online forum without their knowledge, typically by making their posts and comments no longer visible to other users. In the future, moderators will be given the ability to shadow ban users. So that's a very technical definition. Which,
in parentheses, that's actually in the TikTok, like, what you sign up for.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah, so, I mean, shadow banning's a real term. And a lot of, I don't know if you're an actual influencer watching this and you have a TikTok rep, a lot of TikTok reps will deny conspiratorial. What is it?
Conspiratorial. I don't think that's I don't know if that's a real word.
Conspiracy-driven TikTok ideas. They will deny that. But stuff like, I don't know, like we can get to what causes shadow banning. The objective side, at least.
Right. Yeah, I want to sorry, I keep interrupting you. It's going to happen a lot this episode.
All right, that's fine.
we used to, so when we started TikTok, we had a rep, right? And we had all these questions about TikTok and shadow banning and like things with the algorithm. And we would always ask him, shout out to Stefan. I don't think he no longer works at TikTok. So
is that Patreon?
We're not throwing him on the bus here, but, and I want to say all the reps at TikTok are instructed on like things they should and shouldn't say to influencers, or just like what's smart to say and what's not smart to say to influencers. But we would always ask him questions about like shadow banning or things the algorithm did or didn't like. And he would always give us these like cookie cutter, very general answers, but he would always tell us that shadow banning is not a thing. And I reached out to one of my influencer friends, Maddie, and she had just talked to Instagram rep because she was concerned about her engagement amongst like other things, or just like how the engagement on Instagram currently works. And she asked the rep about shadow banning, and the rep told her it doesn't exist. Like, it's not a thing on Instagram, which...
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I refuse to believe that on literally any platform, shadow banning's like not a thing. If a rep's going to tell you that, I think that's BS.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, we've heard it from TikTok. We've heard it from Instagram. Not only reps at like YouTube or Pinterest, but multiple platforms, like official reps are telling influencers it doesn't exist.
I know. I mean, my last rep that I had before I got pushed over to my rep now, which I haven't even talked to, whatever.
The rep's shadow banning you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm shadow banned from the rep. Yeah, but he told me shadow banning doesn't exist either. And I think all shadow banning is reference to like the conspiracy side. I feel like whenever someone brings up shadow banning, they just think of the like, oh, if I'm posting 4 times a day instead of 2 times a day, I'm going to get shadow banned. Or if I'm posting this type of content when my niche is this type of content, I'm going to get shadow banned. And I think in that circumstance, it's more of like, it's not that you're being shadow banned. It's that the algorithm's trying to place you where it thinks you fit the most. And you're not going to get crazy engagement because you haven't locked down that niche yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah, there is a lot of gray area between like, is this shadow banning or is this algorithmic or does your content suck? We'll get into that. But objectively, kind of based on the terms and conditions on social media platforms, Jarek, what are some of the reasons?
So these are the objective ones where you literally sign up on TikTok and it says, hey, don't do this. And obviously the first one would be like spam behavior. So such as like you're spamming the same video over and over and over again, or you're trying to push a point that is, I don't know, over and over and over and over and over again to the point where you're just spamming the For You page. That gets to a point where they are going to like hide your videos. Another one is an obvious one, hate speech. Like if you're racist, if you're like have some type of hatred towards a specific person, they're going to block you.
Yeah, and honestly, that one is the most intriguing to me right now because, like, hate speech it's not necessarily subjective, but like, excuse me, there's so many different topics that could fall under hate speech. So and like TikTok specifically's algorithm is going through and sweeping every single video that's going live, right? And they're listening to every single word and they're making like their own like closed captions of it. So if they find anything that is like racist, obviously, or like I honestly like even bullying or explicit or like about drugs or stuff like that, like it is kind of subjective of that one where you're gonna get a notification that your video is like not what would be the specific terminology
for
if your video is not posting?
I don't know. It's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know
like
what you're talking about.
Suspended or whatever.
Yeah.
There's specific
it's
terms.
In review.
In review, yeah. Like, so if that is happening, I mean, it could be a number of things, which we're going to continue to run down this list, but like check and see like if you said anything that might be interpreted as hate speech, because the algorithm, it's not really a live person that's doing this. Like, it's generally the algorithm that's sweeping through your video, but you also could get reported by someone. So like there's kind of that balance. I think, if you get, I actually don't even know if you get notified if you get reported by someone. Either. Yeah.
Because those reverse hits I do. Some people report that because they get, I guess that could maybe be considered spam behavior, but at the same time, it's a trend that I started. So, excuse me, we're bloated, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. We're burping so much.
There's a Corey next to us. Actually, it's over
Is that an
there.
explosion?
It's dynamite.
What? Yo, literally the whole bench just shook. We're on a brick. We're on like a brick foundation right now. The whole thing just shook.
Oh my god.
That was terrifying. Anyways,
We're
yeah.
adding that as a short.
Hate speech is one reason. Fake news is. We kind of just cover that as well.
Kind of. What I've also realized, because I mean, shadow banning is like different on every single account or every single like platform. Fake news, specifically with Instagram, and I think we talked about this when we sat down for this meeting. There's keywords where you can type in or use a hashtag that literally Instagram will notify you and say like, hey, you typed in hashtag COVID. We want to make sure that you're following the correct guidelines and what's actually true with COVID. And which I don't know, it depends on like what your political standing is with all this, but Instagram really does like give you warnings before watching things of like, hey, this might be fake news, which I feel like is my view of it is it's kind of inappropriate, because I mean, are they the ones that get to decide what fake news is?
Right.
So I think I've seen a lot of people get upset with Instagram for doing that.
I think that's all platforms right now are trying to figure out how to moderate things like fake news. They're all trying to figure like, should they have their own board of people that are like researching and then flagging content, or like should it be a public thing? But that was kind of the point I was trying to make with hate speech as well. Like we're entering into this new era of speech being kind of moderated and filtered on these social media platforms. And I think COVID was kind of like one of the first things that started that trend towards more moderated speech. So that is something to keep an eye on as you continue to make content and like think about shadow banning. Is, are there specific topics that you know are gonna get moderated, and like should you stay away from them? It's like that's where like the freedom of speech and like who's moderating becomes a very interesting topic moving forward.
What's scary is that social media is kind of taking a lot of, I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Social media is taking on a lot of the roles that the government used to have. Like even with our next topic of like violence, if you type in like kill or death or like kill myself on, which sounds horrible, on Instagram, another notification pops up with a number for you to call for like, are you suicidal?
Right.
So,
I'm just laughing because I'm even thinking like you saying that and that now we're gonna put this on YouTube. Like
I know,
YouTube reading through this. Like
maybe we should bleep that.
Yeah, are we gonna get flagged for that? That's why I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm like, I don't even know if that's gonna get through.
You should unalive is what you're supposed to say if you ever want to say kill in a TikTok. Like I know a lot of what's it called, crime junkies and all those that talk about murders or murder mysteries on TikTok. They're not allowed to say kill. They have to put unalive. So this, like, if there was a horror story or some like spooky Ted Bundy talk about how he Ted Bundy talk about how he killed someone, they'd have to start off be like Ted Bundy who unalived his victim. They're like, it scans it and you're not like, it takes away that. So it's also like taking on like, that gets into my point of like, it's kind of like taking on the role of like a government deciding what you can say, what you can't say. It's different for every social media platform, but just goes to show that like people aren't going out and just like doing all this stuff on the streets like they used to. People exist on the internet now. Like your voice isn't as much as like, oh, if you want to be heard, you have to go to like a collective or a group or like a political setting and become an activist. Most activists are online. So it's like the times are changing. And I think that's, to get back into shadow banning, that's what this whole like kind of topic kind of wraps back around, is monitoring what you can actually say as someone who's being given influence and power. Right.
I don't think it's going to stop at what you say either. I think violence is obviously something you do, but I think what you say and do is going to be subject to moderation. I mean, it kind of leads into the next one. It's another
an example of the violence one is that that World of T-shirt kid that I was telling you about. I know he like killed a fish on video.
Unlived a fish.
He unalived a fish on video. Sorry. And he like obviously got shadow banned for that. I think he got his account taken down too.
Do you think it's because people reported him, or do you think it was like algorithmic?
I don't know. I feel like I do know that people actually review it. So That was everywhere, bro. If you honestly, we won't show the video, but I'm gonna have Bryce watch it because I mean it's like sad, and we could literally skip over this. I just want you to see this.
Wait, did you find?
Yeah.
Oh no,
bro, it's big. If you type in his name, like you're like, oh, people kill fish every day. This kid like mutilated the fish, man. We don't need to watch anymore. But yeah, and which
That's
is
a little psychopathic.
It is, and it's kind of sad because I mean he's made so much money off of TikTok
How
and
big was
social
he?
media, bro. He's like 2.3 million,
Okay.
so he's like big,
Yeah.
and he like is making enough money where he like bought veneers and stuff, and he's like, I don't know, calls himself the king of New York. But
Dang, dude.
that's an example of someone who was given a following and has power and posts content that's pretty like inappropriate.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are circumstances
that-
where shadow banning is very like appropriate. I feel like.
Right.
But onto the other ones, nudity and drugs. Like obviously, don't do drugs on social media.
Those are
Don't
pretty
be an
obvious.
Amber Heard.
I mean, we are in the era of OnlyFans though, so it is very interesting how much these like
Oh, I'm curious with.
OnlyFans girls toe the line on TikTok videos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Now that it pops up on my For You page, that'd be super weird. I don't know how I know anything about this topic, but it is insane the things that influencers can get away with on TikTok. I don't get it because I think inevitably all these people get banned. Like they toe the line so much and then they step over and then they get banned. But it's like, I think I just read this too, that like TikTok just updated their terms and conditions like a month or two ago. And they are really trying to focus on like protecting kids and like predators on TikTok, because I mean, there's a lot of like underage kids that are doing like more sexually explicit content.
Oh my
It's just like
God,
it's
I
a
know.
trend in culture, and it's I mean it's not, I don't think it's
Well, I mean,
right.
look at all these. I mean, shadow banning doesn't really get into cancel culture because I mean, shadow banning is more like. I feel like there's two differences. Shadow banning is algorithmic, and it's based off of like what the formula, the like algorithm has built in of like, don't do this or we're going to like stop your engagement. And then there's cancel culture, where it's like the people are like, hey, this isn't right. We're going to take away this person's following, which I don't know what your opinions are on cancel culture. I think sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's extremely toxic, but like that kid we met at, what's it called? At Playlist. He's the one who did the, do you want a peppermint? I don't want a peppermint. He apparently was talking to like kids or like 16-year-olds when he was like 21 or something. And people found out and leaked everything, and he got like canceled, deleted everything. Gemini official. Do you know him?
Shout him out.
Should I not say it? He deleted. It's
don't
like
know.
pretty public.
He's gone,
You can
yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
He deleted his account. He's no longer part of it. Which, in those circumstances, I feel like cancel culture might be a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, the point I was trying to make is like TikTok's trying to crack down on honestly like behavior from both parties. Like obviously TikTok doesn't want any like grooming on the platform from adults to like kids, but at the same time, like if kids are posting explicit content, like they're watching Cardi B and like Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff, and like they're doing more explicit stuff, like TikTok's gonna put that video under review. And like I think that does relate to shadow banning. Like some of these kids' accounts are gonna start getting shadow banned because it's just like you can't do that if you're underage. It's not appropriate.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
TikTok in their terms and conditions recently made that a point to like go after that and make that, you know, something that they're going to focus on more moving forward. And then the last one, just moving on for like things that are in the terms and conditions, which this is a tough one for specifically TikTok, is copyrighted music. I don't really, it's hard to get stuff taken down for copyrighted music. your sound just gets linked to like the original audio now. And that's something that they've kind of improved in their algorithm.
Do they have a blanket license? I'm assuming
They've got
do.
at this point they had to have like worked out blanket licenses with a majority of the major labels. But I know Instagram, like it's still with Reels now, I'm sure you can post kind of anything, and it's getting better at like linking sounds. YouTube, your video will just get copyright claimed and your video will stay up, but then again it'll like link the sound to the original audio. Now with shorts, like they have sounds pages. So
Yeah.
it is kind of hard to get banned for using copyrighted music, but it's still listed under the terms and conditions.
I feel like if you were doing it over and over and over, they would probably like catch on to it. And I do know fake accounts too, where it's like all that content's like copyrighted. You can get your account totally taken away. But those are all of the objective reasons of like in the terms and conditions, it says don't do this. But some of the speculative reasons, which I think we should get into, what's that video? Hold on. It's this lady that's talking about basically TikTok Marketplace and about how if you join it, it like drops down your engagement. So I'll just pull this up. Let's see. Ooh, unavailable. Did it get taken down?
Oh, weird.
TikTok might have taken it down.
Yeah, try and summarize what she said.
Okay, well, looks like TikTok did not like that she was outing to talk about conspiracy. Essentially what she said was she was a coder for like was huge on TikTok. She has like 500K maybe, but she does like coding for other like platforms and like other algorithms. And she had a bunch of videos that were blowing up, and then she joined TikTok Marketplace. All of her videos went from like 1 million views a video down to like 10,000, maybe like 20,000 views a video. It was right after TikTok Marketplace. So she looked into like the coding of it, and it looked like after she joined it, they put something where it's like suppressing her views. So then she typed in TikTok Marketplace or Creator Marketplace suppressing views on TikTok, and all these other creators were commenting and talking about the same exact thing, that they also had this issue right after they joined it. And from my perspective, as a fellow creator, I've close to 3 million followers. And right when I joined the Creator Fund, and I think it's around the same time, TikTok Marketplace, all my views dropped off. So I think this gets into that speculative reasoning of the conspiracy of like, was it TikTok that has been suppressing it? Or has it been like just because engagement overall, like the entire platform dropped down? But then
Are you saying TikTok, like the Creator Marketplace or Creator Fund?
So two separate things.
Two separate things.
She was talking about the Creator Marketplace.
Okay.
Is suppressing views, which I don't understand why, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that doesn't, because we've talked previously about the Creator Fund. Like,
Yeah.
when
in this video, she was talking specifically about the Creator Marketplace. But also there's probably like 100 influencers in it that were just talking about their own like experiences with it. And they're like, all of TikTok's creator tools, you need to read through like terms and conditions. You need to like look into before you join it, because it does affect you. And whether it's them trying to save money from blowing you up through the Creator Fund, because every view that you get, like that's money that they have to pay you. The marketplace is the weird one. Like, I don't know why they're suppressing your views if you're in the TikTok Marketplace.
Yeah, guys, if you have any, if you guys have anything on that, or like know why that's happening, that'd be interesting. I couldn't guess either.
I really want to find that video, dude.
Yeah, that's so weird that it's unavailable now.
Look.
I wonder if her account's completely gone. Because she was a coder. She can like get into TikTok's API. So I wonder if she was doing some stuff that TikTok didn't like, and now,
dude, I think it's just that
completely banned.
she was like shitting on it. That's wild. You remember me showing you that video?
Yeah, it was up like last week.
Wow, and it was huge, blew up.
Yeah.
Wow, see? Conspiracy. But yeah, so those are honestly, the TikTok Creator Fund is the one you probably heard the most about. Like, if you join it, it like suppresses your views. That's the biggest conspiracy one. But also, I feel like it's not 100% like
it's debatably shadow banning, not shadow banning. It's just like your engagement's gonna
like you're
go
gonna
down.
See it go down.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, I know some people that are like, oh, I joined the Creator Fund and like I'm still getting paid. It's doing great. But I like look at their page and I see their engagement, and it could be way higher. I like saw what they were doing before. They joined the Creator Fund, and they just so happened to land on a trend that no one else has done before. It's blowing up pretty much the same as their last videos, when I feel like if they weren't in the creator fund, like that, those videos are like pretty high quality and getting insane engagement, like giant, like a huge number of comments, a huge number of videos made, but still the same amount as like last week before they were in the creator fund, and they were making videos of them just like dancing. So it's like, especially when you see, like, from my point of view, like right when I left the creator fund, all my videos started blowing up again. So I don't know. If you see your comments, you have a shiza ton of comments, and then a ton of like videos made to it, and you have a bunch of likes, but your views are down. You're probably being suppressed a little bit.
Right. You'll be able to tell too, like if you're getting pushed to the For You page or not based on your analytics. So I mean, guys, we'll say it now. Like, don't join the creator fund on TikTok, and we'll say it again in the future. But it's not beneficial. Like honestly, you can forego a couple $100 a month for better engagement. You'll get higher brand deals. Like, don't join anything on TikTok. Honestly, we just talked about last week too that like TikTok Pulse is coming. So I hope.
Well, you're like a guinea pig on that. I mean, I joined the TikTok Creator Fund as a guinea pig. I was like, okay, let's see what happens, and it was a negative outcome. Right. This could be something where you join your guinea pig. It's super volatile. It's a risk. It could be super great. So, for example, like Reels Play, like I joined that early on. I was making a lot of money.
You're also getting a ton of views.
Yeah,
like that was like a newfound engagement for Instagram. So yeah, it was
or
good.
Snapchat.
And
stuff. It's a
probably,
risk. Like the influencer industry is so new that I think now is the time to take like risks, because in the future, like obviously people like right now, like people are gonna be like, oh, I wish I joined Snapchat Creator Fund or whatever. I would have made a bunch of money.
Right.
And then you could have been like, oh, I wish I didn't join the TikTok Creator Fund. Now's the time specifically for like, it's like investing in Amazon early. Like it's just going to blow up more in the future. So if you can get into this stuff early on, like SmallTownHollywood getting verified super early on, and now I don't think they're handing out verifications.
You got to know someone you got to know someone at TikTok or be an actual like public figure.
Because I know people that have like 7-8 million followers that like didn't get verified until like a few weeks ago, and they've been doing it like for 4 years. And some people are like huge and still not verified. Another speculative reason for shadow banning is if you delete a video. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Where if you delete a video instead of like privating it, like if there's a TikTok video that you don't like, and it doesn't perform super well, you just delete it. Apparently there's a conspiracy where, and I've been told this by like reps and stuff as well, so I don't know if it stands today, but they're like, don't delete it. You want to at least private it or friends only it, because TikTok doesn't like to see you taking down things. And I don't know what the reasoning for that is. They probably just don't want you posting a bunch of content and people share it, and then you go to click on it and it's gone. Kind of like the video we just saw. So they don't like that. That's a reason for shadow banning it, for shadow banning your account. And then there's a lot of mistakes for shadow banning I've seen too, where like the algorithm thinks you're like naked when you're actually just like working out and you're shirtless.
Right.
They'll shadow ban you for that. And TikTok lives is a big one. If you say, they track your lives as well. So if you say something weird with that, they'll like shadow ban you. And it also tells you, they'll like straight up ban you and say like, you can't go live for this many days. But
yeah, I guess the most like conspiratorial thing about this is the fact that reps say like shadow banning doesn't exist,
and then they'll say don't do this.
yeah.
So it's
I wish they would preface it kind of how we're prefacing, like there's objective things in the terms and conditions that are going to get your content like quote unquote banned, but like apparently shadow banning's not a thing. So I don't know.
I think people like shadow banning just has such a weird like aura around it, bro. Like people just give it such a bad name when honestly like shadow banning does exist. They will suppress your account without telling you if you do any of the objective reasoning or reasons that we had. But all the conspiracy ones are, go ahead.
I want to move on. Let's get into like understanding how you are, or if you are shadow banned, like what that looks like on each platform.
Yeah.
Or like what kind of things you can do to kind of see if your account may be shadow banned. Because again, if you're violating certain things, like you're going to get notifications that your video was like removed or you got banned or something like that. But like with shadow banning, you're not necessarily going to know. You're just going to know that your views are down, your engagement's down. But like specifically on TikTok, if you look through your videos and none of your stuff's hitting the For You page, it's all kind of following and it's super low engagement, or if you like search for your videos or search through, I guess, if you like a hashtag that you use and you're like your video is not popping up on that, if it's like a super small hashtag, like those are kind of signs that your videos aren't being shown to the public or like pushed out to the public, and it's like more so just like very minimally being pushed out to your following. Watching something for that on TikTok. Instagram's a little bit easier to tell if you're shadow banned. You can search for your handle on Instagram or like type in like a few of the letters, and if your name's not popping up, like you literally have to type in your whole handle, like that's a good indicator that you are definitely shadow banned.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If your account's super hard to find, like that is probably the easiest way to know. And then I guess YouTube, knowing that, like how to know if you're shadow banned on YouTube, that's, I don't know, probably similar to the other platforms. I'm not super keen on like what it looks like if you're banned on YouTube. Generally, you'll get more like copyright strikes, or you'll get reasoning from YouTube. You'll get like a vague or general email that says your video has been like flagged for explicit content, so it's like 18 or older, and then you're gonna get suppressed. And that's not necessarily shadow banned. It's just like, I think YouTube's a little bit more straightforward. If you're violating something, they're just not gonna tell you why. They'll just give you like a general statement.
Yeah, I also feel like a lot of that is due to the long form content. It's just like each channel probably has like, compared to TikTok, it's like 10 to 45-second videos. So there's so much where they need an algorithm to like go through it. YouTube's just like, they just, before it's even posted, boom, done. It's like super fast. But I think we can get to the final part of, do you just have crappy content? Bryce, what do you think makes crappy content?
There is a flip side to this. I guess I kind of want to incorporate 2 points here, because if you are shadow banned or if your content's not doing well, like it may just be that your content isn't good. Like a big part of this could be like being very self-aware that your content just sucks. And you need at that point, if you are either shadow banned or your content sucks, I think you can kind of apply the same principles, but you need to start testing out content, and you need to put out a ton of content. Like you need to start testing, and you need to increase the volume and just start pushing and be consistent with the content. And generally, so like if you are shadow banned, if you flood the algorithm with content and it's better content, like you're going to get back in favor with the algorithm, and you'll kind of get out of that shadow ban state. Or if you're making like shitty content, if you keep trying new things, I would say eventually you're gonna hit something or find something that works. Like it really depends on like how you're gonna approach trying new content, but you've got to do something different if your engagement is low for an extended period of time. Like that's an indicator of something, whether it's shadow ban or your content sucks. Like you've got to start trying something different.
Which, I mean, it is kind of subjective to us whether or not your content sucks or not, but the algorithm is pretty objective. Right. And it comes to a point where it's like, oh, the reason why your content is considered bad to the algorithm is like you've been posting. It could be like you've been posting in this specific niche, and now you're flipping it and you're doing something that's in another niche, and it's poor quality in that niche as well. It's probably going to get like 0 views because no one's commenting and it just doesn't get pushed out. Or it could just be really, really, really poor quality content. Like no one wants to see like, I don't know, like a cover video that's super blurry of someone singing a song nobody knows. Like, I don't know, that's probably not going to get pushed out. Another reason, what do you think might be trending could be oversaturated, and you're just not getting pushed out because everyone's doing it, like those finish the verse challenges. If you do one of those and there's no twist on it, it's not that you're shadow banned, it's just that everyone has done this before, and you're in a hashtag that's probably has 1 million videos made to it, and you're at the very bottom. And no one's going to scroll and see that, and TikTok isn't going to push out a video that doesn't have any early engagement from that specific niche.
Yeah, on a foundational level, the quality, like from a technical standpoint, like your lighting, your framing, like if are you shooting in HD versus like super low res, which sometimes you can have issues with like uploading your content from like Wi-Fi or cellular networks, like where your video looks super grainy or blurry, but like make sure you're taking the time and finding like a good location. I mean, there's so many different niches to cover here, but like make sure you have good lighting, make sure that the background is like aesthetically pleasing if you can. Like there's just so many little things that you can do that the algorithm's gonna like, you know, when you're creating your content. So like you really, I mean, go search YouTube for like how to make better content. And there's going to be tons of videos that are going to give you bullet points of like things on a technical level will just make your videos better, like on the front end. If you're someone that does TikToks where like you're speaking a lot in them and that's more of your vibe or your niche, like try scripting out some of your videos so you know what you're going to say ahead of time. And like you come off more as like knowing what you're talking about, or you come off more confident. But yeah, from a technical standpoint, like there's a lot of things that I think you could do or might be the explanation for why your content's not doing well. And then, yeah, like the niche you're in, is it super saturated? Like, are you coming up with original or creative ideas? Like, I do think platforms are moving towards more of a mature algorithm where like TikTok initially they would blow up kind of anyone for anything, but now it's like you do have to have good content, you do have to be consistent, you do have to have a niche, and like have to create some sort of a brand. So all of this being said, like there needs to be more intention, I think, with the content that you're putting out or creating, and that is becoming super important for each platform.
And I mean, quality is also subjective as well. For most cases, you want like a pretty clear, beautiful video aesthetic. But I mean, if you have like, I've seen people that literally like have an insane voice, like beautiful singer, and they just put up their phone like up in the corner in a dark room, they sing, and it performs great. Like play to like your strengths. Like remember Shiloh Dynasty? She was on Vine, so I guess this is a little different. But now most songs that you hear, like rappers will use Shiloh Dynasty's stuff, and it was literally just her in a hoodie, and it was like super dark and black and white, grainy, and she just put her phone down in a dark room and just would sing, and she had a beautiful voice, and it would work. So I mean, if you don't have a beautiful voice and you can't play that strength, and you're just like doing a cover video and it's a crappy quality, it's probably not going to do anything. But if you have a crappy voice and you put some auto-tune on, learn how to auto-tune, you know how videography works, and you can make the video look really pretty, and you're like blocked correctly and everything looks well, it's probably going to do pretty well. So, I mean, there's different ways to put out like high quality content.
Right. That makes me think about too, like, because Jarek and I are putting out short form clips of the podcast that we're doing, and we're learning. It's like every clip that we put out, and this can be applied to any sort of short form content, like there's got to be a hook within like the first couple seconds of the video that entices the viewer to watch. So like you were just talking about the girl that sings, she didn't hit the quality of her videos. That was kind of her vibe though. So like that worked for her, but immediately like her voice draws you in. So it's like, and I think all of these things are like different variables and components that go into like making good content. But now with people's attention being so like short,
so they want instant stimulation.
Yeah, instant gratification. Like you've got to have some sort of hook within the first couple seconds of your videos. You know, you've got to have that quality. There's just got to be something that grabs the attention initially. So, I mean, got anything else?
I guess some people would be like, "Oh, I am shadow banned. How do you get out of a shadow ban?" Sucks, but you just have to wait. Like, there's no one you can really contact. You can try posting some more. Honestly, you should still keep posting. You're going to see a lot of 0 views, but eventually you will get out of it. That's just how the Instagram or the algorithm works on like pretty much everything. But all the articles that we looked up on people that have been shadow banned, how they got out of it, was you just have to kind of wait it out and make sure you're not reposting anything that could potentially be what shadow banned you, and take down whatever you think could have been the shadow banning spot. And a lot of the comments and stuff, like if people are commenting things like, "Hey, this isn't good. I don't know. You said this and it hurt my feelings." Like, take that down. But other than that, I think that's a pretty short little intro on what shadow banning is. A lot of it is, like we said, speculative, but there are some objective reasons clearly. But yeah, I think that's it.
All right, guys, short and day. If you guys stuck around to the end, again, just want to put this out there. If anyone's watching right now,
yeah,
at the end of the podcast,
watch the end, I'm putting this out. I will literally Venmo someone $50. Okay, if they've listened all the way to the end.
This is the clip that I put out on.
Oh, don't. I'm waiting.
Guys,
We'll
like
see.
if you want help with any of this stuff, literally anything with social media, we're here to help you guys. All right, DMs are open, but we're going to continue to put out these weekly episodes.
Yeah.
Crank out these short form clips, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Bye. Peace. Oh, you missed it.